We are only a few weeks into the season, but the warning signs are already flashing bright red in Baltimore. The Orioles are one of the most exciting teams in baseball. The talent is just undeniable, but if we're being honest, there is one glaring problem that they're dealing with right now that could sink their entire season. It's an issue that fans were begging the management to fix in the offseason, but after nothing was done, here they are in mid-April with their entire 2025 campaign at risk. What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. In this one, we're going to be talking about how, yes, it is just still April, but the Baltimore Orioles could already be in some serious trouble. Before we get into it, I encourage you guys to hit the like, smash the subscribe button, and of course, let me know your thoughts about all this in the comments down below. So, what prompted the making of this video, you might be wondering? Well, how about the 24-2 loss that the Baltimore Orioles just suffered to the Cincinnati Reds? Yeah, you heard that right, folks. Cincinnati dropped 24 on the Baltimore Orioles just yesterday, and I mean, that is just something that cannot be happening, right? We're talking about a Cincinnati Reds team that was 10-11 walking into yesterday's game. Now they're 500, and like, let's be completely honest here, guys. The Cincinnati Reds offense is nothing to write home about. They should not be a team that is putting up double-digit runs, let alone 24 runs on the Baltimore Orioles. This is kind of indicative as to how the Orioles season is going so far. Yes, they're not losing 24-2 every single time, but their pitching, it is a big problem, folks. That's what we're talking about today, man. Their rotation is actually making history right now for being one of the worst pitching staffs that we have seen quite literally ever. Scrolling down over here, Andy tweets this out saying, according to Fangraphs, the Orioles rotation ERA is 161, negative 161. That means their rotation, or excuse me, it is 161. So that means their rotation ERA is 61% worse than league average. That's the worst ERA in the modern era of baseball since 1900. Only 21 games in, of course. And we do need to clarify that, right? It is only 21 games into the regular season. Things can change. And the Baltimore Orioles are still not out of the race at all, right? They're still very much in it. Yes, they're not off to the best start of all time for certain, but you know what? There is still many months of baseball to go. However, this is obviously not the start that you want to see from your pitching staff. Looking over here, from an offensive standpoint, the Baltimore Orioles are doing okay, right? They're 11th in OPS. Honestly, I would anticipate that number is going to tick up. That is a team that, you know, let's face it, like, they can hit at will. Gunnar Henderson and Adley Rutschman and so many other names there. Their lineup is stacked, but it's not going to matter if their pitching is this freaking bad. Right now, they are ranked last in ERA among all baseball teams. They have a 5.43 ERA. They're behind the Nationals, the Marlins, the Rockies over there in Coors Field. I mean, the Rockies are 4-17, and Baltimore has a worse ERA, team ERA, than they do, right? Like, the fact that they're 9-12 is just a testament to actually how good their offense is, because they should not even be 9-12 with an ERA this freaking bad. Why is this happening? Well, one, when they were coming into this season, I mean, there was already some question marks surrounding that rotation. Obviously, the loss of Corbin Burns was major, but then immediately they just get shelled with injury after injury after injury, man. Grayson Rodriguez, that's a big one. Look at this, expected return, TBD. We don't know when Grayson Rodriguez is going to be coming back. And frankly, they needed him back yesterday, let alone, you know, in a month from now or 2 months from now or whenever the hell he is going to be ready. Andrew Kittredge, he's out, potentially late May coming back. Zach Eflin, you know, one of the pieces that was supposed to help, he's coming back sometime in May, but the guy's old, right? I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if it takes him a while to get up to speed. Kyle Bradish, around August, this guy's coming back. Tyler Wells, around August, right? The list just goes on and on and on with all of these pitching injuries. And looking over at their, well, first things first, looking over at their team rankings, you can see here it's abundantly clear what the problem is, right? They're ranked 11th in OPS. Their average is meh, right around the middle of the pack. But they have the 30th ranked ERA amongst starting pitchers. Their whip is 29th in baseball. They're not striking anybody out, which means that, their stuff just is not deceptive at all. And then the bullpen, which has largely been pretty good for these Orioles in the past. I mean, obviously, it is probably getting worked to the bone right now, and it's ranked 23rd in all of baseball. So, and I don't even really blame the bullpen, right? When your starter goes 2 innings or whatever it is and gets shelled, then the bullpen's going to get overworked. It's this cyclical thing. It snowballs. It gets worse. Here they are right now. Looking over at the depth of their starters, though, this is where the big problem is, right? Going to the injuries, you can see starting pitcher. There's 6 starting pitchers right here, injured for the Baltimore Orioles, and they just do not have the depth to be able to hold up. Charlie Morton, Dean Kramer, Suganu, and then Cade Povich right now is their rotation, and that's it, according to Fangraphs. Like, this is a big-time problem, folks. They cannot be rolling in, especially to the AL East, with a rotation like this. And, of course, they're getting shelled 24-2. Speaking of some of those pitchers, the guy right now who is, as Fangraphs puts it, their SP1, supposed to be their ace, Charlie Morton. I mean, Father Time may have finally caught up to this dude. He's got a negative 1.1 WAR and an ERA of 10.89. That's over 20 innings. And I understand, right? It's still very early on, but the guy is 0-5. 5 losses. Every single time that you have put this guy on the bump, you have lost the ball game. That just can't happen, right? And I understand that wins and losses are obviously not a pitcher stat. Wins, you can't really attribute that all the time to your starting pitcher. But I can promise you, these losses can be put on Charlie Morton when he's got a whip of over 2 and an ERA of over 10. Like, this is not somebody that you can be trotting out, at all, really. This is not somebody that can be an MLB, let alone the ace of your staff. And I'm not the only one that feels that way. Brandon Hyde, the manager of the Baltimore Orioles, he came out after yesterday's game. He was pissed, and understandably so, right? 24-2 to the Cincinnati Reds. Are you kidding me? He came out and said that the Sunday's loss was embarrassing. He's saying it's not how you win baseball games, and people are starting to believe that Brandon Hyde is not happy with what that front office did in the offseason. And I get it, man. Like, you lost Corbin Burns, right? And what did you do to supplement that? Like, Morton? Really? He's 0-5, guy. And I know hindsight's 2020, where you didn't expect Morton to be this bad, but like, you went from Corbin Burns, and it felt like the management of the Baltimore Orioles just did not do anything to necessarily fill that hole. Obviously, you can't really blame them for all of these injuries. That's not their fault. They didn't, nobody, it would be tough for anybody, any team to weather this storm, right? Even if you're the LA Dodgers and you have this many injuries to your pitching staff, you're gonna have some bumps and bruises along the road. But clearly, the depth is not holding up for Baltimore right now. And when you think about the AL East, and when you think about where their ERA is as a team, if this is something that is not sorted out in the next week, 2 weeks, I honestly could see them digging themselves into a hole that come June, July, August, they're going to have a very hard time clawing themselves out of. But folks, let me know what you think about all this in the comments down below. Thank you so much for watching, everybody, and I will catch you next time.